Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. This is just a quick little update. I don't have any charts or anything, but hi, welcome to you, and greetings, blessings to all. Um, I'm David Nome, Hawkeye Two Feathers. This is Friday morning. What is the date today? August the. I gotta put my glasses back on. August the 24th already. Oh my goodness. Anyway, ooh, 30 days and I'll be 66. Yay, me. Anyway, this was unplugged for my birthday. Anyway, about the earthquakes and so forth. Now, I keep an eye on earthquakes and their changes and so forth, as I've done in previous videos. And it's like whatever has happened here recently, I'm not able to share um, the graphs and so forth, and I would like to. However, let me just put this to you. Check out Dutch Sense. Check out, Dabu 77777, and just check around. Look at the current earthquakes. Now, why do I say this? Well, I have made predictions before about down around Costa Rica, Guatemala, and I've made several references to off the coast of Venezuela and over there, and on the edge of the Caribbean, of the Atlantic Ocean, kind of thing. Okay, and so that was rude. Had to happen. But there's a lot of pressure that's come across the Pacific Ocean. Now, if you watch Dutch Sense, he'll tell you, that the pressure is transferred across the plates and so forth. Okay, well, just take that basic information. We've had some humongous winds on the Pacific coast, up around Alaska, coming down. I've not seen this many large earthquakes at this time as there are right now. Now we're going through the solar minimum, where all the planets are on one side of the sun. A lot of stuff going on right now that are helping to cause these things, the cause and effect. The effect of these things are we're getting earthquakes, we're getting volcanoes, and we're getting, huge, Pacific storms and hurricanes, cyclones, all these things. Lots of rain, all this. Okay. All of this thing is related. Now, I'm going to do another video later on. I'm hoping I can share some of the pictures that I took. But the Schumann resonance has been spiking a lot the last few days. So that means that the Earth is feeling these cosmic energies, and the Earth is heating up from within, if you will, like a baked potato, as I described before, and that the Earth is expanding, changing, moving, rocking and rolling here and there, and it's like okie dokie. Now, why do I say be careful on the East Coast? Well, I mentioned this, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. There was a big earthquake or some stuff hanging around on the Pacific coast of the United States, and I said, watch Dutch Sense, watch what happens. There's going to be a transfer. And sure enough, just like he stated, and other folks do, but in that they're so big on the Pacific now, on the coast, that this energy's got to go somewhere, and it's transferring to the east. Now, I've done a couple of videos on what's going on along the Appalachian Mountain Range, up and around Chattanooga and northwestern Georgia, northeastern Alabama, Tennessee, up in there, all the way up the chain, also into South Carolina and North Carolina, around Beaufort, South Carolina. Anyway, this energy is going to transfer over. It already is. It's coming across. It's hit a couple of places in a place called Ridgely, Tennessee, around the New Madrid fault. Now, I am not saying the New Madrid's fixing to blow, but we're getting a lot of energy transferred across the United States right now, okay? And its only ending point is in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, okay? So it's got to come somewhere. Well, there are several in the middle of the United States. This energy is going to end up somewhere along our eastern seaboard and off the coast, okay? So this is a heads up. We've had some pretty serious earth for the East Coast, I'm saying, okay? Serious in the respect that the East Coast don't get many earthquakes. That's what I mean. So a 3.2 in Virginia is a big deal, you know, whereas a 3.2 in California is like regular. Okay. So that's what I mean. So a 3.2 or a 4.0 anywhere along the eastern seaboard is going to be a big deal for us folk. All right. That's what I'm trying to explain. And it's coming. Okay. The energy being transferred across the United States is going to end up on the East Coast. It has to. And there's more other energy coming. So this isn't going to just stop here in the next few days. It may very well continue until the end of this period with all of the planets being on one side of the sun. However, here in the next week or so, there should absolutely be some more earthquakes in the Tennessee, Georgia, all through the mountains up and through there. I mean, even as far south, almost where I am down here in southwest Georgia. Okay. There's been earthquakes just north of Macon, Georgia, several of them here just this year. And we usually don't get any for a 2 or 3 year period, if we get any at all. And there have been earthquakes in Georgia, okay, and South Carolina, Alabama, Tennessee, Mississippi, of course, you know, Ridgely, Tennessee, and Mississippi along over there. But to the point, though, this energy is here. It's going to be coming out the next few days or the next week or so. Now, I'm not saying it's going to kill everybody. That's not my point. I'm saying this energy is going to have to show up somewhere. So if you're in a neighborhood where you've had some other earthquakes before, like Chattanooga and up in that area in Tennessee and all along with like Marysville and other places up in there, be aware, because if you had an earthquake before, the chances are you're going to get one again. Now, I'm not saying this is going to die. Understand? I'm just saying this energy's got to show up. So just be aware, be enlightened, and be prepared, for goodness sakes, because those of us on the eastern seaboard, we don't know how to deal with earthquakes like the folks on the West Coast do. So be prepared always for all kinds of emergencies. If we were to have a 5.0, which could very well likely happen because of all the extra energy in the Pacific coming across the United States, the different plates, Craton. Okay, let's just understand that there's a lot of stuff going on over there and nothing going on the East Coast. If you look in Europe, if you look, Italy and Greece, they're getting clobbered with earthquakes on a regular basis. It never crosses the United States. We're getting huge earthquakes in the Pacific. They don't just stop there. They come all the way across the United States. So here we go. It's an energy transfer. It's part of the cosmic rays and all of the solar minimums. That's the cause of it. But the simple fact that they've happened, this energy transfer is important to those on the East Coast. So just pay attention. Just be aware of it. Just heads up. Don't be scared. Just be prepared for all different kinds of things. So this is a short little video just to say, hey, but it's got to come out. It can't just disappear. And right now it's disappeared in the middle of the country. And not enough energy has transferred to the East Coast yet. That's why I'm doing this video. Now, Dutch Sense does his best to try to explain to people, but he doesn't go so far as to say, well, I'm going to stick my neck out and say the information that Dutch has given over the years supports what I'm fixing, what I have just said. Not what he said, but it supports my conviction. This energy isn't done. These big earthquakes on California, the transfer isn't finished. So we on the East Coast need to be aware. Look at the hot spots. Look on the USGS where earthquakes have happened before. If you live near these areas, then the chances are you could get struck with a 3 or 4 pointer easily. Okay, that's my prediction, not anybody else's, but it's mine, and it's based on all these other factors. Be careful. God love you. Greetings. Well, not greetings after the fact, but blessings to all of you. Know that we are all on the same journey. We're all trying to get to the heaven that we believe in our hearts and souls. And so be kind to one another, have compassion. And if any situation does come up and you're prepared, someone else isn't, be compassionate. Don't call them an idiot because they didn't pay attention. Just help. It's time that we continue to help each other during these different times. Some folks might call them troubling times, and I'm just going to say they're different, very different. So blessings to all. I love you. Be safe.